I mean, I think it has to be the Crystal Palace players getting the 4 players in there. Unbelievable from them, and it just shows how good Southgate has actually looked at the end of the season at Crystal Palace players and the way they've played, and he's picked players on form. He could have quite easily left out Eze and Wharton and gone with ones that he knows that he could rely on. But no, he's gone and said, I'm going to put these players in. I'm going to give them the opportunity at a major tournament because they deserve it. So fair play to Crystal Palace, because that is remarkable. 4 players, for a team that's a mid-table side, is an incredible feat. So well done to them. But so many stories, Grealish being out of it as well, being one of them, is going to be devastated.
Maybe that is the answer to the next question. Maybe it's not. I was going to ask you, is there any decision that Gareth Southgate has made today where you've thought, oh, hang on, Gareth, are you sure?
I think the Brentford one is the one that people are looking at and going, is that the right decision? Now, look, obviously Harry Maguire's injured. I like Brentford. He's had a really good season. He's been solid. He's been good at the back for Everton. He is the future for England, in my opinion, playing in that position. So to leave him out knocks his confidence, and you look at it and go, well, who plays there if one of them picks up an injury? There's not many left-sided centre-halves that we've got. I know you go with Gahey, but it's Luke Shaw's not fit. I know he can play centre-half as well, but I look at it and go, that's a big call that to leave Brentford out. I like him, and a lot of England people like him as well. A lot of fans like him. So that's the one where you look at it and go, not sure. The Grealish one as well. Jack Grealish, for me, is a brilliant football player. He's had a tough season. He's been injured, and he's not played loads at Manchester City. But tournament football, he's experienced. He knows how to play it for England. He's good on the ball. He wins fouls in good areas. He might not be a starter, but he might have been able to come on, change a game, make things happen. That's a big call from Southgate to leave out one of your biggest players.
Let's go through the squad of 26. And remember, Southgate had the option to take fewer than 26 if he'd wanted to. He actually thought about that. But here are the goalkeepers that he has gone with. Dean Henderson, Jordan Pickford, Aaron Ramsdale and James Trafford misses out. Jamie, happy with that?
Yeah, I mean, you can't, Trafford's obviously the one that was going to miss out. Pickford's going to start, and then you've got 2 backup keepers who are going to try and push for a game. But yeah, I think you can't go wrong with them keepers there.
OK, let's look at the defenders then that he's gone with in green. Lewis Dunk, about whom there has been a bit of an injury doubt, but we're told he's OK. Joe Gomez, who can obviously cover lots of different areas. Gay, we've mentioned. Ezri Konsa, who's been under the radar somewhat from Aston Villa. Kyle Walker, Kieran Trippier, John Stones, Luke Shaw. I guess an awful lot depends on when and if Luke Shaw is fit to take a part.
Yeah, absolutely. Luke Shaw's massive for us. I don't like right-footed players playing left back. Trippier can do a job there. We know that, but I'm not a massive fan of it. You need balance in your side. I like left-sided centre halves. I like left backs who play left back. Trippier can play there, do a job, but I'm not keen on it. I think Luke Shaw's massively important to get back in the side. I'm surprised Lewis Dunk's made it. I like him as a footballer. He can't get away from the fact he's a brilliant football player. But they've been up and down this season, Brighton, and they've took some spankings as well. And he's been part of that side when they've got some bad defeats. So I'm surprised at that one. I really am. But you've got to look at it and say Southgate knows what he's doing. He's seen enough in training. He's seen enough in the games for him to pick them players. And Luke Shaw must be fit. He must be fit for him to pick him.
And sitting from where you're sitting, you'd have had Jared Branthwaite from Everton rather than Lewis Dunk, yeah? Yeah,
I would have. For me, I would have had Branthwaite in the squad. I think Branthwaite's a better player. He's got a better future. I like Lewis Dunk, but I think Branthwaite's a better player. I think that's a big call. He's the future of England, Branthwaite. Lewis Dunk ain't.
OK, let's look at the midfielders that Southgate has gone with. This announcement, if you're just joining us, came unexpectedly early. Should have been Saturday morning, but it's all the doubt has now been removed because it's been made in the last 8 minutes or so by the FA. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jude Bellingham, Conor Gallagher, Kobbie Mainoo, Declan Rice and Adam Wharton, one of those 4 Crystal Palace players who are in there. And again, Southgate hoping that Shaw's going to be fit, down on both knees, praying that Declan Rice stays fit.
Yeah, I mean, look, Declan Rice is obviously the main man in the heart of the midfield. You've got Jude Bellingham, who obviously is going to start. You've got Trent. It's a solid. I really like Conor Gallagher as well. A lot of people dig him out and say he's not good enough. but his mentality, is the way he plays football, his determination to go and win the ball back for his side, his grit. You know, I really like how he's come on this season for Chelsea. So I think he's a really good player to have in your squad. And, you know, just congratulations to Adam Wharton. What a story, that boy. I mean, a young lad who was playing against Rotherham, you know, at the start of the season. And now he's going to a major tournament for England. Unbelievable. Fair play to him. He's a good player as well. Watched him at the end of the season for Crystal Palace. Really good on the ball, controls it, moves the ball quickly and passes forward. And that's what you got to do when you play at the top level, is move the ball and get it forward. So fair play to him. He's going to be a bit part player. We know that. But what a story. That's a good side. What a midfield that is. What a midfield. I would start with Declan Rice, and then I would start Conor Gallagher alongside him, and I'd play Jude Bellingham in front. That's what I'd do. Conor Gallagher, for me, has had a really good season at Chelsea. Deserves to be there.
OK, obviously, the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold would have something to say about that, and Kobbie Mainoo as well. Here are the forwards. Huge number, you could argue, 9, although Gareth Southgate has more than once made the point it's all about labels. You can call them what you like. I suppose one of the big surprises is that he's gone not for Toney or Watkins, but for both. Yeah.
I mean, look, he's picked them both. He obviously knows that they can do a job. Ivan Toney's obviously a penalty taker, so he's someone that you want. You know, if you get to the latter stages of the tournament, you've got to look at penalty takers. You've got Harry Kane there, you've got Cole Palmer, Bukayo Saka, Ivan Toney, all penalty takers for their football club. So that's where you've got to look at it and think Ivan Toney's worth taking, just because you might bring him on in the last minute of the semi-final to take a penalty. That, you know, so for me, he's worth taking. And he's obviously thought about that. He's covered every blade of grass, I think, Gareth Southgate. Will he feature loads, Toney and Watkins? Probably not. You've got Harry Kane playing. But he's someone that can make a difference. So, I mean, what a front line. What a blessing to have as a manager, to have them players at your disposal. You know, Foden, Saka, Kane. I mean, we've got to win this tournament. And this team is unbelievable. The squad depth is outrageous. It's the best squad depth I've ever seen. I've looked at some lineups from past tournaments when we went into these tournaments. This is the best team we've ever had. This is the best England squad we've ever had. And I'll put my hat on it and say, when you got Bellingham, Foden, Kane, Saka, I mean, the list goes on. Declan Rice, world-class player now. John Stones winning tournaments. Kyle Walker winning tournaments every season. This is the best England side we've ever had. We have to win this tournament.
I suppose the only thing you'd say, and it's my job to play devil's advocate here, is that people have been saying roughly that for the last 6 months or so. They say the forward options are fantastic, but you can't play them all. Can you find the right combination? And are we light at the back?
Why are you putting a downer on it?
I'm not putting a downer. I'm just inviting you to express opinion. That's my job.
Yeah, look, we are light at the back. You could argue that we are light at the back, but you've got to say that Gay's had a really good end to the season. You know, John Stones is a top football player. He's a world-class player, in my opinion. Pickford is absolutely fantastic in tournament football. You've got Kyle Walker and Kieran Trippier, who have done it at the highest level. You've got your players there. Yes, we've got them there, and they're solid enough. Harry Maguire, actually, is probably one that everyone's been digging him out, but he would have started and you would have wanted him in the side. And you're a little bit gutted that he hasn't gone because he's got tournament experience. So he's a loss, yes. I think we've got enough, though. We've got enough in that squad. We've got players who've been playing week in, week out in the Premier League at the highest level, putting in decent performances, who can play there at centre-half, no problem. And we've got pace. If Gay plays, we've got pace at the back. John Stones ain't slow. So you've got players there with pace, and I think you need that at international level. It's exciting. It's really exciting. It's going to be a tough one. But I just think with the squad of players that we've got, we are the favourites. So your front six, and obviously we don't know exactly what formation Southgate is going to go with, and it may vary from match to match or even within matches, but your front six to start the opening game are who? I would go Declan Rice and Conor Gallagher. I think Conor Gallagher gives you legs in midfield. He's good on the ball and he works hard. Then I'd play Jude Bellingham as a number 10. I'd play Saka on the right. I'd play Foden on the left. And I play Harry Kane up front. I mean, that for me, the team picks itself. You'd love to fit Foden in more as a number 10 role. But I just don't think Southgate's going to do that. We know Southgate's going to play 4-2-3-1. We know I wouldn't personally do that. I would play Declan Rice holding on his own with Rice and Foden in front of him. That's what I would do. But I'd play Declan Rice sitting with Foden and Bellingham. And then I'd play Saka and I'd play Cole Palmer or Eze on the left with Harry Kane, be more attacking. But we know Southgate, what he does. He likes to be defensive. He likes to shore up two in midfield. And that's why he's going to go with, Conor Gallagher and Declan Rice for me. But what a front line. What a team we've got. It's exceptional.
And it's potentially a tournament where impact from the bench, given the array of talent they will have on the bench, could be absolutely vital, couldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look at Cole Palmer. For me, he's been one of the best players in the Premier League. You've got him to be... I think Cole Palmer is going to be the one you instantly look at if it's not working and it's not going your way. Cole Palmer is going to be the one you turn to come on and make an impact. And he's an unbelievable football player. He's had a great season, and he can slot in. You could argue he should start. But for me, I think he's going to be the breakthrough player of the tournament who's going to come off the bench and make things happen. I think he'll grow into the tournament. So I think it will start with them, the main players. I think Cole Palmer you'll see feature quite a bit. And then you've got Eze as well for me, who is a magician on the ball. He's going to make things happen as well. He's exciting to watch. He's picked Jack Grealish, to the line, and fair play to him because his performances have deserved it. It's such an exciting team. It really is.
I just wonder to what extent Gareth Southgate will try to play with the same 11 through the group phase, or will he try to give some players be more than 11, give them starts before they get into what England hope will be the knockout phase for them?
No, you play your best team straight away. You play your best teams
in all three games.
If you win the first two games, then you rest a few, don't you? Because you're through. So you absolutely you play your best team. You can't afford to try and get players in and see what we can do. You play your best team in the first game. You play your best team in the second game. Get through, win both, and then maybe you can leave out a couple of players. But no, you absolutely want to go through this tournament playing your best side. You don't take that risk. That you've got your side, and that's it. Luke Shaw's the one. Obviously, you need to see if he's fit. You might start him, or you might have to bring him on for half hour in the first game. But he will be playing his best team. Absolutely. You don't breed players into the tournament. You start with them, and if they do the job, fair play. We have to win the first two. That gives then Southgate the opportunity to rest a couple of players going into the knockout stage.
And England are favourites to win this tournament for you, even more than France, are they?
Well, look, France have got Kylian Mbappe, and they know how to get it over the line. This is the problem. I don't think France are the best team, but they know how to win tournaments. That's the difference. France have got it over the line, and England haven't. We've got the best players. We've got the best group of talent in this tournament, in my opinion, by a million miles. It's so good. But now we've got to produce. The players produce it at club level, week in, week out. Jude Bellingham winning Champions League, Kyle Walker's winning Premier League, Foden winning trophies. Everyone's winning trophies. But we've got to do it on the main. We've got to do it on the main stage now. This is the moment for these players. Step up and do it on the big stage for your country. I think we've got the best side.